Okay, before we continue the presentation, my name is Muhammad Rehan bin Masnib. My metric number 07DEE 18F2066. This is my group member Rifki Zakaria bin Kasim, and then C. Muhammad Afiq bin C. Muhammad Bakri, and the last Muhammad Zul bin Dami. Okay, let's continue the presentation. Okay, what we see, this is a top 10 occupation employing the largest percent of women. This is occupation and this is a percentage. First, registered nurse in 92%, and then elementary and middle school teacher in 82%, medical and health service manager in 70%, tax examiner, collector and revenue agent in 70%, meeting and convention planner in 84%, business operations specialist in 96%, social and community service manager in 70%, and then is a physiologist in 96%, and then financial specialist in 67%, and the last is human resources manager in 67%. Okay, this is a bar chart of top 10 occupation employing the largest percent of women. What we see this, the higher bar chart is registered nurse, and the middle statistic in bar chart top 10 is meeting and conversion planner, and then the lower of bar chart is financial specialist and human resources. Okay, we got the sources of information via this link.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rifki Zakaria bin Kasim. My metric number is 07DE18F2068. Today I'm going to present about the infographic which is displaying the top 10 occupation employing the largest percent of women. The top 10 occupation employing the largest percent of women is the registered nurses with 92%. Over 2.5 million strong nurses make up the largest workforce within healthcare industry. Next is elementary and middle school teachers with 82%. A teacher works with students, helping them learn concepts and apply them. Next is medical and health service managers with 70%. Health services managers plan, direct, coordinate, and supervise the delivery of healthcare. Next is the tax examiners, collectors, and the revenue agent with 74%. The tax examiner checks individuals' federal, state, and local tax returns for accuracy. Meeting and convention planners with 84%. Meeting planners coordinate every detail of meeting and convention from the speakers and meeting location to arranging for printed material and audio-visual equipment. Next is business operations specialist with 69%. Falling under this broad category are dozens of occupations as diverse as administrative analyst, claim agent, labor contract analyst, list buyer, and many more. Next is social and community service managers with 70%. Social and community service manager plan organize and coordinate the activities of a social service program of community outreach organization. Next is the psychologist with 69% also, which is psychology study the human mind and human behavior. The most popular area of specialization is clinical psychology. Next is financial specialist with 67%. This broad field includes all financial specialists not listed separately and covers the following industries: depository credit intermediation, management and companies and enterprises, and many more. Last but not least is human resources managers with 67%. Human resources managers evaluate and formulate policies relating to company personnel. The typical human resources manager supervises every aspect of employee relations. Okay?
Ya, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Zul bin Daming. Matrix number 07DEE1N F2016 9. Today I want to present about communicative industry. The title of this present is what do people actually use their smartphone for? These have 10 activities. Firstly, email. Email have 70%, social media 65%, article 61%, online video 59%, research 58%, photo 54%, music 47%, shopping 45%, games 41%, and lastly direction 73%. All of these activity, the highest from this direction 73%, and the lowest games 41%.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to me again. My name is Rifki Zakaria bin Kasim. Okay, now I'm going to present the description of the graph, which is what do people actually use their smartphone for. It was shown that 70% people use their smartphone for email, which is useful for many students and employees, while 65% of people use their smartphone for social media, which is less than 5% with the users of email. Another 61% of people are using the smartphone for reading, searching, and studying articles. Next, there are 59% of people seeing online video using their phone. Another 58% of people use their smartphone for research. The data also showed that 54% of people using the smartphone for photos. It also found that 47% people listen to music using their smartphone. Next is shopping. Shopping can be seen, which is 45% people using the smartphone for shopping, which is less than 2% with listen to the music. Okay, and the data shown that only 41% people playing games with the smartphone, which is found that playing games are the lowest users in this graph. Lastly is the highest percentage found, which is 73% of people using the smartphone for direction. We can see that mostly people using their smartphone for direction, and the lowest percentage of users is in games, which is only 41%. Okay, that's all for me.
Hi, my name is Cik Muhammad Afiq bin Cik Muhammad Bakri. My matrix number is 07DEE18F2065. Today I would like to represent my English assignment. So let me continue about this table of data. This table of data is show about export and import in 2019. As we can see from the table, the total export in 2019 from January to December are 995072. This is because the biggest contributions are from the month of October, which are recorded as RM 90,861 million. The lowest export are from the month of February, which the amount are RM 67,683 million. The table are also record the import. Total import in 2019 are in May, which is RM 75,109 million. The amount has rapidly increased from the February month. February recorded the lowest import in 2019. Okay, now we continue about the line graph. The line graph shows the fluctuation in Malaysia external trade in 2019. The red line as in the graph is represent export, while the blue line represent import. From the figure, we can see the both export and import rapidly drop from the start, but both managed to climb slowly from March to April. Let's focus on the export first. Export dropped for 2 months, which is from April to June, but rose significantly in the month of July and October. On the other hand, import has almost the same figure as export in the first 8 months, but starting from September, import in Malaysia increased slightly for 3 months and went down at the end of the year. Both export and import end in different parts. Export increased while import decreased in December. Malaysia highest trade surplus recorded in October 2019, opened up to 17.57 million. Overall, the amount of export is higher than import from the period January till December. This can be explained by the graph where the line graph did not overlap and export are above import for the year of 2019.